What is happening, y'all? Cowboy here, and welcome to my rapid bow builds for Sunbreak. Now, rapid bow is a really fun way to play the weapon, especially if you're just getting used to it. When I started on Rise on PC, moving over from Switch, I decided I really wanted to get good at bow. By far, it is my most hunted with weapon, just outclassing everything else. But bow is a lot of fun, and it's definitely a weapon where the more you play it, the more rewarding it is. And to that extent, I think rapid bow is just a really nice way to approach the weapon. The way rapid bow works, for those unfamiliar, is all of your arrows are in a nice tight grouping, and you're basically shooting rapid groups of arrows. So you're shooting like 3 arrows, 4 arrows, etc. Whereas pierce is one big arrow that goes through the target, and spread is similar to like your power shot, how it's a bunch of arrows, except you need to be close because you're literally shooting out like a wave of arrows. So rapid is kind of a good in-between with those styles. But either way, we're going to be taking a look at 5 separate rapid bow builds, one for each element. A couple other things bow got in Sunbreak that's fun. We now have stake thrust. You can put a stake into the target, and then every time you hit it, you're just getting extra damage. So that's just a nice, easy way to add more damage into your kit. And we got bolt boost, which is just a straight-up DPS boost. What you'll notice here is when the reticle gets a third circle around it, right there, we now just deal more damage. Just to put it into perspective, from this range, you can see I had crits for 123. If I go out of the super critical range, my crits are hitting 107. So it's a very solid damage boost, and all you need to do is just stay in a particular range for it. So either way, bow's in a pretty good spot. But let's hop on over to town. We'll take a look at these builds. We are actually working with a standardized set this time. We're not going to be changing it up because, well, frankly speaking, with element bow, the elemental value on the bow isn't all that high. Just to kind of put it in perspective, you know, if we were to look at ice bow, I have 27 ice, whereas I have 97 on the charge blade and 75 on the dual blades. So basically, even if you did decide to stack element up on these, you're not really seeing returns that are all that good. So because of that, we're taking a more raw focused, but we are still using the appropriate element for the appropriate matchups. So for all of these builds, there's a couple different talisman choices. I am working with a crit boost tally. Ideally, you would have a 2 crit boost 2 slot, but if you don't have access to that, you could also do these builds with a Constitution talisman, like a Constitution 2-2 or something like that. There's a couple different pieces that we can change out, and we'll get to that once we get over the gear overview. But there's a lot of different ways to min and max this build to kind of fit your needs. So anyway, let's go in. We'll take a look at all the bows we're working with, and then from there, we'll take a look at the gear. So as for ice, we are working with the Lunagaron bow. This is rapid 4455. It has a level 2 rampage slot, which is always ideal. For water, we have the Mizutsune bow, rapid 3355, and the level 2 rampage. For lightning, the Thundering Strike bow from Tobi Kadachi, which unfortunately only has a level 1 rampage slot, but this still beats out the alternatives, which the biggest one will be Astalos, which has a varied up shot pattern. It's like, I believe it's rapid, spread, rapid, and then on top of that, it doesn't have power coating. For fire, we're working with the Anjanath bow, 3345 on rapid and the level 2 rampage slot. And then for dragon, we are using Ibushi, which while it does have pierce on level 1 and level 2, majority of the time, you're in 3 or 4 when you're playing bow, if you're playing it correctly, so we're not all that worried about the pierce on the lower tiers of charge shot. Now, going on into the gear, this set was made to be very approachable. So you could even play something like this if you wanted to run a spread bow or a pierce bow. Just to do a quick overview of the skills, we have const up at 5, crit boost at 3, wex at 3. I do have a little bit of the element gemmed in, but there's some alternatives there we'll talk about in a bit. Stamina surge at 3, shot type up 3. This is just a bonus for my talisman because PC rules. Chain crit is at 3, reload speed is at 2. We have a little bit of coalescence coming in. Of course, bow charge plus, bloodlust, and then I have wall runner on any sets that have a stray level 1 deco available via the weapon slots. So going on in, you can see, like I said, with the weapon slot, if the weapon slot has extra stuff, I'll put a fly wall in there. But anyway, first up, Stork Helm. This is also known as the Arc Helm if you're a male character. This comes from Shaggy, and we're playing this strictly for the level 3 slot and the point of Bloodlust. Bloodlust has a lot of synergy with bow, because when that buff goes up, we are getting stamina reduction, or I should say when the debuff goes up, we're getting stamina reduction and we're getting an attack increase, and then when we defeat that, we're getting a 20% crit boost. So while you could run a Kaiser Helm and just get straight 15% crit alongside a point of crit boost, I think this actually works out a little bit better for us because we're going to be taking advantage of this whether we have the Bloodlust buff or we have the Bloodlust debuff. Both of those are going to be beneficial to bow. Moving down, Arcfiend Armor, of course. We have our second level 3 shot here, picking up our 4th shot. And we have a Tender Deco in there, giving us 2x Resentment and Chain Crit. We have the Rachna Arm Guards and the Rachna Greaves. Between just these 2 pieces of armor, you're getting level 5 Constitution and level 3 Stamina Surge. This also has a level 4 slot, so we can drop in our 3rd shot type in there, giving us all 3 points of our Rapid Up, or Spread or Pierce, whatever you prefer. Of course, on the Arcfiend Armor, picking up more Wex and Chain Crit, and the level 4 slot, which we need for the Mighty Bow Jewel. And then on the Rachna Greaves, honestly, these feel like they were made for bow. I mean, 3 Constitution, 2 Stamina Surge, and then 2 level 1 slots for reload speed. Like, it's a match made in heaven. Now, like I said, there's a little bit of variety in what you can do with the charm here. The level 1 decorations don't really matter because, as I mentioned, the element on the bow, you're not going to get it very high anyway. I just kind of threw them in because the only real alternative here would be Hungerless, so your stamina doesn't go down, but that's kind of negligible. You can just eat some meat or dash juice or whatever the case is. So with the Talisman, you could do some combination of crit, you could do some combination of Wex boost. If you are running a combination, if you're pulling from Constitution, in a way, what I would do instead is, if you're playing Rapid at least, instead of the Rachna Arm Guards, a really easy way to pick up stuff is going to be right here. With the Vikex, you get a 2 slot, 1 slot, and 2 points of your normal Rapid Up. So you could run those, you could keep the Mighty Bow Jewel on the Rachna Greaves, you could slot some crit boost in here, and instead you could go for a Talisman where you're going to be able to pick up Constitution and like slot in a point of crit boost. But honestly, just having your Constitution and Stamina Surge just maxed out from 2 pieces of armor, that's really nice for bow, so I'm a big fan there. But all that being said, this is identical across all of my builds. The only thing that we change is the weapon, of course, and then, as I mentioned, when it comes to deco slots, if we have a particular decoration, I'll toss that on in at the time. If I go to, where's the fire one at? If I go to the fire bow, this one has the most shots, so I've tossed in a ballistic skill just to give myself more range, and I have Hungerless on this one. But, you know, you could do a little bit of Hungerless, Flywheel, you could do the elemental damage if you want to do that. The level 1 decorations are really just going to come down to preference here. So, either way, with that all being said, let's go do a hunt. A little bit rusty, but not as bad as I thought I would be. I did a couple warm-up ones just to get things going. We are going to go after good old Furious, big old scary boy. Plus, honestly, Furious, I mean, a lot of people, you'd think, like, fighting Furious and you'd be concerned, but honestly, when it comes to Rajang, like, whether it's normal or Furious, bow is one of my favorite weapons to fight him with, because, for those that don't know, you have very limited hit zones on Rajang. So, we go to Furious, I mean, look at these hit zones. His head is going to be 55 to shot type and 30 to ice. It's like a match made in heaven, because all I'm going to do is shoot him in the face the whole time. And on top of that, I got to finish up these follow requests, so this one gets to come along, and then there's one more follow request, we'll call it the double Giga Chad quest, because I have the Admiral and I have the Commander back at Kamura, so I'll probably bring Hunting Horn along for that one. As for switch skills, which I didn't talk about, I like going Charging Sidestep on both and Absolute Power Shot. You could keep Absolute Power Shot on one side and then Normal Power Shot on the other. I mean, honestly, with 5 Constitution and 5 Stamina, I'm not really worried about the increased stamina cost of my shots. It's not going to be a concern. Aerial aim is going to be my main go-to, so I'm usually going to stay in red. I bolt boost on both, which is the straight damage boost. Same with stake thrust. And I have Butcher's Bind on the blue. In the event that I need to cut a tail, I can go ahead and take advantage of Butcher's Bind to do that. But we don't have to worry about dereliction here, so there isn't any concern about staying in red or staying in blue. Just because that is a thing on a lot of sets, I typically try to take my more rapid elemental skills and keep them in red. You know, it's just kind of like a mental memory type thing. Okay, buddy. Show me your face. What's that? Oh! Oh my god, I was up in the air while he did it. That worked out so well. Ooh! Oh shit. Ooh, man, just tight zones. Shit, he's gonna hurt. Nope, nope, not that way. Oh god, how did I get out of that? Oh, oh. Oh no, I missed my stake thrust. Ooh. Oh no, am I dead here? Probably. Yep. Yep. Damn, I got caught wirebugless. That's the thing with the bow. It's like you get caught, you're dead. There's no real way around it. It's like, especially on master rank. Like, oh, they looked at me funny. Looks like I die now. But on the flip side, you deal so much damage that it makes up for it. Let you go right around the corner. Grab a thing up here. I need that extra Wirebug. That was what ultimately got me killed, is I was too busy going all unga bunga with my arrows. Didn't have the Wirebug when I needed to dash my ass on away from him. Half tempted to go grab the no, I need to just focus. Well, it's right there. Oh, is it? Yeah. Furious has, I mean, well, I showed you at the start. He has pretty bad hit zones. So being able to grab this to take advantage of it. I'm gonna miss endemic life so much when we don't have it anymore. Let's hit this. It's just gonna be hit zone city on him. And we gotta find a nice wall to throw you into. Nope. Did not hit that. This is why the water Wirebug is so OP. Oh my god, go, 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 out of the way. But you're running it. Please don't go far. Oh, nope. Oh, he went over my head. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. This is gonna hurt. Get rid of that lightning blight. No, we just got it. Oh, man. Jackie Cat just put it up. Yeah, all in all, I think that this is actually a pretty safe bow build. I thought about Dereliction, but the thing with bow is, like, you're already living on death's doorstep. Dereliction just makes it, like, a guarantee. I think somebody that's, like, really good at bow would be fine using Derry, but personally speaking, to me, Dereliction is just asking for me to die, you know? Oh man, you're already ready for the cap. Can I even cap him right now? I don't know if I can. Let's see. I think he's in enraged mode. I know Furious he can be captured, but like I think it's only when he's not like mega angry or something. Try and bait him over here. What is he? Is he stuck? What is wrong with you? Come out here. Nice. So yeah, not too shabby. I mean, Furious and I think we just barely broke 10 minutes right there. Looking at the needle, I think we're probably like a 10-15 hunt. But yeah, so I mean, all in all, it's a pretty straightforward build. You know, not leaning into anything too crazy. I mean, we have Bloodlust, but to be honest, bow deals so much damage that you defeat Bloodlust like God. It doesn't even take 15 seconds for you to beat that debuff. So yeah, feels good. But anyway, up next, I have both IG and Gunlance ready to go. And ooh, got a heart. I need it. Oh, 1006. Man, just over the edge. But yeah, so we're going to have Gunlance, IG, and Hunting Horn. Just going to be banging these out this week. So stay tuned, and I'll catch y'all soon with more.